I'm about to drop a thesis.
Are you like using yourself?
Are you guys doing karate in front of my face? You guys are doing karate in front of my face?
Perfect background. I know, right?
What are you saying, Muzi? What are you trying to say?
You're so pretty.
You.
Yeah, they're actually doing it.
Maybe not.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please do not forget to like and subscribe, and please comment down below. So today we're doing my visual visit. My masterclass will be happening today. We'll be talking about YouTube, about South African film, photography, drawing, everything which is about visual art. So come through with me today and let's have fun. Sit down, you must sit in the pen.
Marycate, you can come through. Hi guys, hi everyone, hello. Hi. Guys, akathu bakuhlangene artists, like hello guys. Yes. Like you guys are excited to be here and we're excited to host you also. And it's gonna be an amazing day filled with creativity. I don't know who's going to do the welcoming. I'm not supposed to do this. I don't know where I'm here. Oh, but tomorrow.
We need to give Musa a round of applause, please. Come on now. Say hello like you were invited.
Hello.
Just pay the gate crashing. Say hello. They finished our punch. They spotted our popcorn. So, guys, if you're sitting next to someone that you know, make sure that by the end of our session, you are sitting with someone that you didn't know before arriving here. The point of this space is so that we can network and collaborate, and we can't do that unless we mingle. It's fine. Nobody knows anybody, so it's fine. You know, sometimes you come into a space and you think everybody knows everybody, and you're the one who doesn't know anyone. No, nobody knows anybody. You're all just nobody. My name is Mpumi Mbete, and I'm going to be facilitating our discussion. And I say discussion because as the yellow monologue, it's a conversation. Yeah, we've got displays there. We're going to have a movie here in our makeshift theater. Very cool. I remember very well the invite said, bring a pillow.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm only one with a pillow here.
No.
Hey, Mamiki. Yeah, so I got 2 pillows. I explained to Musa that I was not gifted with that African trademark, so I had to bring the cushion. Alright, so we're going to start our conversation. And it would be very nice if we have one conversation, because then we can control it, right? I'm going to try and keep to the time here. So we will definitely still network at 5 at the very most. And to kickstart, voodoo, photography. Briefly tell us about your journey. Where it starts, how it starts, and why photography.
Sanbonani.
Louder please for the people at the back.
Sanbonani.
Yeah. Greetings.
We gift with street name Voodoo. Like Pepsi. It's a brand name.
Come on.
So yeah, photography. I like the event, village, my village.
Yeah, my
Visual.
Yes. I think later on, Mantongena like Camelo, and I want some of our work that we've done. But then, back to your question, sister. Photography. I think photography for me is more of a calling than just technical. You hold your camera, you settings and what's not. I started just chasing the sun, you know, liking silhouettes. I'll just see silhouettes. I think even a lot of farmer shades.
Yeah, silhouettes.
When I just turn, look at the sun setting, what I see is silhouette. So that pushed me to want to get a camera. And then from then, I'm still back home even. I'm moving in this way. Back home is Eliquatini Farms. That's what I call it. Maplazi. Where I see all these sceneries, that really inspired me to where I am today, and the road still looks, very wide.
And we'll get to the road. So we know how you started out. You're inspired by nature and the surroundings.
Yes.
We'll get to when you actually pick up the camera, right? When we discuss tools and techniques.
Yes.
Moving to the only lady representing on the panel, Marycate Masilela.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
What are you doing?
I'm live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Marycate, vlogging, YouTube, it's relatively new in the country. We see terms like influencers. When did you start and why?
Officially, or like putting a stamp on it, is like I'm like official YouTuber last year December, and mostly because I got my first big paycheck and I was like, okay, I'm going in, I'm diving in. So, but I have done a couple of videos before, dropped my first video in 2017, and for me it did well because it had views, and I didn't promote the channel at the time. I had 88 views. I was like, oh my gosh, where are these people coming from? So it was like a roundup of the year. Basically, what I vlog about South African films. I host film interviews with directors, producers, actors. We talk about the latest South African film, which is coming out in cinema that Friday. Sometimes we like to even follow the production as it grows, starting from pre-production to probably when they're shooting, in production and post, and to a film premiere when the glamour and everything to red carpet. So officially I started last year 2018 because I got commissioned to do Creed. I had to go and meet the actors like Michael B. Jordan and everything. I got so excited. So that's
where it started. So you would chat to a guy like Neo Banoyi. Neo?
Yes.
So you're the guy that is on the credit list.
Yeah.
When we watch today, we strip the credit list and we just want to know about your journey, where it started, and some of the work that you've done.
Hi guys, I'm Neo Baloyi.
Hi.
I am a filmmaker. I wear a few hats in production. I produce, and I'm in the direction department as well. So, what was the question? Where it started?
And some of the work that you've done.
Okay.
You're talking about HBO, so...
I don't know where it started. I left Nelspruit and I went to go study film in Joburg. I was always interested in film. From when I was a child, I used to watch sitcoms like Martin Lawrence and all of those things. So I thought that I could be an actor, and I realized that I don't have that talent. So I studied film, and then at Boston Media House, I studied media studies actually, it was not film. So in between that, I offered my services for free because I tried getting a job, went to the SABC all optimistic and stuff, and they shattered my dreams. It's okay. And then I would offer my services for free and say, guys, just want to be on set, just give me a chance and I'll do whatever, I'll pick up lights, whatever it is. So that's how I started. So in between school, because the parents were paying for tuition and accommodation, I was like, I don't really need money, so I can offer my services for free. So that's how I started, and I went into the industry. And from there on, it's a very small industry. It's big, but it's small, because everyone knows everyone. So then I started getting phone calls from there, come help us with this, do you know how to do this? I was like, but I'll come, So that's how I started. And then I did a lot of music videos first. I worked with Ghetto Raf at the time, did DJ Cleo, Josie, all those music videos that Ghetto Raf had. And then from there, I started with proper scripted stuff. So I did Zone 14. I was the second AD on Zone 14. I then did How to Steal 2 Million. And then I did, I think my first movie was State of Violence. It's by Karuma Daban. So yeah, that's how I started, giving my time for free. So I started.
I highlighted that. I'm going to get back to it. So we spoke about your inspiration and your startup, Voodoo. Photography is not a cheap hobby, profession, whichever way you want to look at it. What are some of the basic tools that you started off with?
Well, to start off, really, I started with my friend's camera. You know, he had the privilege to have a camera. So I asked him to borrow me his camera. But then the basics, just have a good DSLR, start from entry level, learn from there, a good lens. There's different lenses. You know, lighting, if you want to do outdoor, you get a reflector. If you want to do studio, you get like studio lighting. Backdrops, different types of backdrops. So yeah, those are just the basics. Yeah, it's a digital. Please, Brother Mozi.
I think I'm also in the same.
Oh, yeah.
You guys just know what it is.
Yeah.
So synchronous lens reflex camera.
Yeah.
Lens reflex.
And then Neo assistant director.
Yeah, it's basically a fancy name for child minding acting.
Okay. Marycate, barriers of entry into vlogging. Everybody is doing Naming vlog. Meanwhile, I don't think it's actually quite a...
I liked your video.
Don't expose. Okay. So what? From what would you need the same tools?
No. For beginning, no. If you can afford it, yes. But usually people want to have a camera to allow themselves to like patiently wait. I'm saying don't stop. Just take your phone and like record yourself. Don't, because for me, I bought my camera after a good 3-4 vlogs. But I was using my iPhone at the time before I had this one. So I would just say like take your phone, record yourself, because by the end of the day, as long as you clean, it's clear and the sound people can hear you, I think it's good enough.
Well, I have my phone, but I have 5-6 takes on my phone. Editing
wise, that's when the true fun, for you to learn. You just need, depends on what kind of software you want to use, but I would advise if you're new, get into the new age, download some editing apps on your phone, because it's so much easier for you to like, when you're done shooting, why not upload now? I would advise when you're starting for YouTube, because it goes on what kind of vlog it is. Maybe it's a day vlog. If it's a day vlog, obviously we start in the morning and you show them what you do in the morning, what you do around lunchtime, what you do in the evening, you know. Some people do day vlogs which are like 40 minutes. Some people can do like a day vlog which is literally 15.
I want you to park that because you're getting into content. We just to come back to Uneo, because your budgets and your tools of production are very different. You've mentioned from music videos to films. You left out the series.
Oh yeah.
But what budget are we looking at?
Like the budgets are exponential. Like they way higher. For the series that I just did right now.
You can't say the series Mzansi Magic.
I was just working on a series which is coming out now on the 27th of this month. It's called Trackers. It's an adaptation of John Mayer's book.
Yeah.
It's an HBO Mnet collaboration. So yeah, so on that series, like there was a lot of money spent. Like it's hundreds of millions, about 100 million, like to shoot such a production. Because there's, I mean, if you watch it, you'll see like there's like a lot of we have rhinos, like like it's crazy, and there's a lot of action sequences, and with those type of things, there's like a lot of people involved. There's like another crew just for stunts and safety, and yeah, it's crazy. And precision drivers, we're crashing trucks, we're crashing cars. It's rooftop running, people shooting each other. It's madness.
So it's one take wonders, I'm assuming.
It can't be a one take. That is why it's so expensive. One of the days that we had, the day costed at least about, I would estimate it about 500,000 for one day. So it's crazy. I mean, I'll give an example. We had one of the scenes in one of the sequences, like the scenes in the series. It's a chase, and we have Cape Town Stadium in the background, and it's at night, so the stadium needs to be lit. So for us to light that stadium, it's 50,000 rand to have that stadium on, and we're not even in the stadium; we just see it in the background. So I mean, that alone, you can imagine, and there's like 117 crew members on set, and about 40 cars stunting and actors that cost an arm and a leg.
On that note, our snacks will be courtesy of Neo. Okay guys, I want to park it here. We've spoken about starting up, inspiration, and I think we can take questions here, because then we'll get into some of the obstacles that they have encountered. Are there any questions this side? Going once?
I don't know if I should go into I need to Unao is saying they spend a lot of money specifically on the series that you said you're working on now. So Balama millions, ne? How do we get it back? How do we then benefit? Do we just spend and then it's on TV? What happens after we spend, guys? And then it gets on TV, and then what happened after that?
All right. So, one Lana. Other questions this side? Okay. Let me get to gentleman at the back. Behind you. Marycate?
Thank you.
What kind of videos do you do?
All right, I'm going to take the questions in a group net. I'm going to jot them down just for you. But what kind of... Oh.
Yeah.
Did you just get you? Oh, pocket. Okay, you go.
I have a question for Marycate as well.
Right.
So I would love to start a blog or something of that sort, because most of the stuff that I've been trying to do are just way too long. So I want to do something shorter, so my worry is I've got a lot of content. Like I'm a musician, I'm a great art teacher, and I'm queer. Is it not too much content if I try to put all of that on a channel? Or should I just be consistent in having one topic, like maybe throughout a particular season?
I'm not leaving anyone out this side. Okay, no.
I have a question for director, man. In terms of starting out, let's say you would want to make a low budget movie, short film, short series, documentary, whatever it may be. What would you suggest in terms of advice? What do you think they should focus on the most when it comes to making something short and under a really small budget?
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of touched on it.
Oh, okay.
But more than anything, like when starting up, like if you wanted not something huge, like track and road, something really small, like Bioscope, what do you call that? Those movies you see on yes, those ones.
Okay.
Like just
All right.
I was still trying to get the word.
Compactinate your question.
Wow. So my question is to Nell.
Louder, please.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
There we go. No, I just wanted to find out, what's the process of getting, let's say you want to work on something, you want to pitch it to Zanzi Magic or Moja Love or whichever channel. What's the process that you have to follow before you actually can put out a production for particularly any of those channels?
Okay. For me, can you repeat it, just so that we're on this side here as well?
Okay, so the question is, what is the process to follow to get commissioned for a project onto your mainstream channels? Clear? Okay, Marycate, we'll start with you. I know you touched on it in your intro, but if you could just recap. Okay, I'll come. Recap on what type of videos you do.
My vlog, I vlog about South African films. I do film interviews. I interview directors, producers, actors about the latest South African film which will be coming out on cinema that week. And sometimes I try my best to follow through with the production, see its growth, like probably start with them like in pre-production. Probably when they start posting, they're about to do a movie, the locations, shooting and uploading all of that stuff on their social media throughout until the film premiere, like the red carpet night. And for content, I think everybody has their own demographics. And when I'm talking about demographics, I'm talking about your target audience, you know, the people that will be watching you, you know, from the other end, you know, and everybody's different. Don't be like everybody else. Right now, in my opinion, in the vlogger space, everybody wants to be like Masilela. She's like the #1 South African YouTuber, you know, and because she's doing well successfully. But I think it's because she has created a demographic where everybody just love her personality and love what she does. You know, create your own audience and they will grow with you and they'll be loyal to you. Don't do what everybody's doing. For example, taking from what she said, being about a career and stuff like that. Don't follow trends. Create your own trends. People will get interested in your content. If you want to be a career, great art teacher, a musician, do it all in once, you know. Make people fall in love with you, make your subscribers grow with you, make it a journey, you know.
I think also because we're not one-dimensional people. People do expect that you are a well-rounded person, so they're not expecting, I'm not just a mom. I'm a radio presenter, I'm a recovering procrastinator.
Please.
Okay.
You know, because like we started last week our YouTube channel, okay? So I'm the only follower. I follow, but okay, so like how do I get from, let's say, 2 to 20 to 200? You know what I'm saying? How do I actually, I know it's about content, but do you know how?
You just got to 2, I followed.
Okay.
The best way, first, I'm speaking through my experience. First, tell people about your YouTube channel. How are people supposed to know? You need to tell people, hey, I have a YouTube channel out there and this is my content. And they'll start watching and they'll be like, I actually like her. You know, first tell people about your YouTube channel. Take advantage of your other social media channels. If you have Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, and probably let's say you're great on you have a great following on Instagram, move that following to that YouTube channel. You know, divert it. You know, use your other social media platforms to benefit you. Another one I would say is take advantage of a bigger YouTuber, you know, who has a bigger following than you. You know, that's how you grow drastically. There are people who will be like, oh, I started my YouTube channel like last month and I have like 8,000 followers. You'll probably find out that one of their videos, which within that month they've collaborated with a bigger YouTuber who probably has 20,000 followers. So you're literally diverting that audience to you. So those are one of the ways you can do it.
And from what amount of followers does it make sense? Like, what's the breaking point that you are actually now somebody recognized?
I think as long as you, like, what do you mean recognize?
No, I mean like
number of followers.
Like,
Number
how
of
many
subscribers.
followers I need to have? Because you said, from a certain amount of followers, then you got recognized or whatever. So what is a good number to have?
You need 1,000 to start making dinero.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Do those subscribers, are they loyal immediately when you drop a video? Do they go actively and watch what you're doing? Because you need people to actually watch your video within that space of a month for you to get great AdSense. And when I'm talking about AdSense, it's about ways of you like getting paid and stuff like that.
We'll get into funding and profitability, but because we're talking about money, we're going to come back to Leo and go to the question of what would a low budget film cost?
Well, I think the question was how do you go about doing like a low budget film. It's all about the script. So in order for you, because the bigger you write, the more money you need. So you need to be a very, very, very smart writer and be able to keep your audience. I mean, like you can see a movie where they're in one room, the whole movie, So if you can keep people in one room, that's already a lot of money saved, So it's all about your content. It's all about what you are writing, If you're going to write helicopters and things exploding in the air, that's the money there. And so it all starts about what you are writing. So if you can write it smaller, then do that. Zanzi Magic's budget's about 500,000 for a film to shoot, which is not particularly great, but you can make it happen.
Well, you can blow it in a day, yeah.
So, but with that said, even the equipment has gotten a bit cheaper. Like you can use the DSLRs that they were talking about to film. You can use when the 5Ds came out, there was a thing that everyone was using, and then now there's the Sony. And also what Marycate is doing is also amazing, because now you actually don't really need to go the route of
commissioning.
Yeah, like your usual traditional media in order to have your stuff played or exposed, which it's a great time actually now to be in the space of film, because we don't need the big companies really. As long as you can get a bit of equipment, make it make sense, it can be done. I shot my first film by stealing school equipment.
Not advisable. Not trying to sell your school.
So the equipment you're talking about, it's a camera, yes, but what more would you need for small?
It's a decent camera and decent lighting. If you know that you are starved when it comes to lighting, try and use as much natural light as you can to shoot. My film that I shot, it was some old camera called a PD-150 that could use like those mini DV tapes, and I had 3 lights called blondes, and that's how we shot it. I shot it myself with my friend. I had never edited in my life. I used Windows Movie Maker to edit, and I had candles for one of the scenes.
For lighting.
To light. Thought it was a good idea. It was very grainy, but I mean, people liked it. Like it. I mean, if it was today, I could have had the opportunity to put it on YouTube and had more people share what I had made. But it was pretty hard then to share it as well. So I had to give it to people on campus. Yeah.
So we talk big budgets, we talk different platforms of distribution, but how do we guarantee profitability?
There's no money.
Don't play like that! Don't play like that!
Box office!
As I said, it's a great time. to be in Africa right now. The world is looking at Africa. Netflix is coming into the scene, which has forced people like Mnet to take out more budgets. Now we've got Showmax. There's a young girl called Ria. She's a producer director as well. She's about to do something on Showmax. So they're taking out nice budgets now for people to be able to do things. And how do you make your money? It's pretty difficult in this country with the previous structures, because so basically what you do, let me give you like a scenario. You have to make your money going in. So you're not really going to make money from the actual product. Like if you're looking at Isibaya and the Queen and the likes. So the producers, they have to try and make their money from the actual budget, because it's my show, I wrote it, I'm directing it, but I don't own it. It's owned by Mnet.
Oh.
So
it's got a lot of energy today.
Yeah.
I love seeing new people. Last time I was here was a lot of attractions. I love the fact that you're new in the morning. So I'm really excited to talk about that.
How long have you been drawing?
How long have I been drawing?
Yeah.
Religiously since high school. But then I always used to sketch and do little things like in primary school. And then I started taking it more seriously, like this could actually be a thing only after high school.
Why faces?
It's like admiration. I'm admiring. So I also write. So it's the same when you see something that you like, when you see someone beautiful, or something that sticks out from someone. I like drawing it.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
It is everything.
Thank you. How are you?
Y'all should stop wearing like beautiful earrings, because you're gonna make me wanna kiss my ears now.
No, I'm so addicted to earrings, girl. I'm not gonna start doing that.
Bad influence. You are a bad influence.
Hey, love.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah. Because you're crying. Oh, you. I don't like it. I don't even let me see when I need it.
I'm coming.
I'm done.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm catching you on my camera.
Oh my god, I'm so shy.
I'm so short.
Let me see that. Oh, so you're recording for your?
Yeah, for my vlog, today's experience. It's gonna be a day vlog.
I have a camera here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want to, but I can.
Oh, you want to help me when it's done? Say Peli.
I was at another event too.
Ah.
I was busy.
Oh, those are cute shoes. Those are very nice.